Still the undefeated, undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Mike Tyson!
In the 1980s, Mike Tyson was an absolute beast in the ring, like literally and figuratively. He didn't just fight people, he destroyed them. Through the first 25 matches of his career, only 10 people lasted longer than a single round. The average fight time for everyone else? 75 seconds. It takes me longer to toast my English muffin in the morning, and for most of Tyson's opponents, it was longer than any of them cared to be in the ring with him. Oh, and while Tyson took less than 2 minutes to knock out those opponents, it'll take you less than a second to hit subscribe so you can see more videos like this one. Anyway, he went undefeated throughout the decade, racking up an astounding 37 straight wins, 33 of which came by way of knockout, meaning that anyone bold enough to challenge Tyson was essentially digging their own grave. Not that Mike Tyson would murder anyone, I don't think.
I don't know anything about that. I don't know nothing about numbers. I just know what I can do.
How about
kill this mother?
Okay.
But while the toughest human beings on the planet couldn't take Tyson down, there was still a way for the rest of the world to stand a fighting chance. A way for all of us to once and for all bring down the champion. Now, Punch-Out was hardly the first boxing game to appear on home consoles. Before 1987, you had such wonderful games as this and whatever this is. Okay, so the early 80s games looked a little bit more like a broken set of Rock'em Sock'em robots than real fighters, but that's what made the release of Punch-Out all the more impressive. Everything that made the original arcade games so much fun to play carried over to the home version. The colorful graphics, the unique personalities, and overall presentation truly made it stand out among its contemporaries. But what cemented the game into the collective consciousness of the gaming world was its eponymous star, Mike Tyson. Now, the idea to put Tyson into the game came after Nintendo of America's then president Minoru Arakawa attended a Tyson fight and was immediately impressed by the boxer, citing his power and skill as reasons for including him. He was pretty confident in Tyson's abilities, and who wouldn't be? Especially considering he was probably watching this.
The referee should be in there now as far as I'm concerned, because it's all over by the shouting the right hand.
So Nintendo signed Tyson to a 3-year contract, making him the final boss in Punch-Out. The fighter that everyone feared in real life was now standing in between the players and the end credits. It was as close as you could get to actually getting in the ring with Tyson, and in many ways was a realistic portrayal of how his matches typically played out. If you didn't come prepared with an encyclopedic knowledge of all his attacks, you were probably going to go down hard and fast. Tyson could knock you into next Tuesday with his one-hit KO uppercuts, or simply jab you to death if you weren't paying attention. And blocking too much would drain your stamina quickly, allowing Tyson to swiftly knock you to the floor. So you had to wait, dodge, punch, repeat. Every single move you made had consequences, and you had to be perfect if you stood a chance at beating him unscathed. But over the years, people persisted. Those that never beat Tyson in the 80s were still trying in the 90s and the 2000s. And even now, in 2017, the challenge to knock out the former heavyweight champion of the world still exists, and people are still stepping up to face him. There's even a bar here in San Francisco that would offer you a free bottle of champagne if you could take down Mike Tyson. Giant Bomb's own Dan Reichert took him up on that challenge and won. Twice. No matter what city you hail from though, it's pretty clear. Mike Tyson was arguably the most feared boxer of all time. But his reign as the champ, as well as the biggest and baddest video game opponent ever created, didn't last forever. By 1990, Nintendo's license to the Mike Tyson name expired, and they decided not to renew it, resulting in the subsequent re-release of the game featuring a vanilla-ass boss called Mr. Dream. Okay, he was basically a reskin of Tyson's character with a different head, and while he could still level you in a single punch, it just didn't feel the same. Nintendo's decision to leave Mike Tyson behind might have seemed sudden, but it wasn't out of nowhere.
See Mike the way he went back in his heels, doesn't have the good balance, his legs together is busted, landing these, oh nice uppercut by Buster Douglas, look at this, he's knocked Mike Tyson down, For the first time in his career, Mike Tyson hits the canvas. He's in big trouble. He may not be able to recover. It's up to 7 and 8. He's not gonna make it.
After going nearly 5 years without losing a single match, Tyson was knocked out by Buster Douglas in the 10th round of the heavyweight championship fight. The loss was so unlikely that every casino in Vegas refused to even let people bet against Tyson. Well, except for one. And the one that did gave Douglas 42-1 odds, making him a true underdog. A real-life Little Mac, if you will. In one fell swoop, Tyson had lost the title and eventually Nintendo's interest in him. Just as quickly as he rose to dominance, Tyson's troubles, both in the ring and outside of it, pushed him out of the Punch-Out series for good. It's been almost 30 years since Nintendo decided to part ways, but Mike Tyson's Punch-Out still remains a shining example of what licensed games can be and how the delicate nature of celebrity endorsements are. I'm sure every athlete or celebrity that signs up goes in knowing that they might not be able to make a Madden-like career out of it, but some flail more quickly than others, and in Tyson's case, are swiftly ushered off the stage at the slightest hint of failure or controversy. And in the years since Tyson graced the cover, we've seen countless games try to give players the ultimate boxing experience. EA's Fight Night and Knockout King series brought real-life boxers and arenas into the mix. Nintendo attempted to bring us into the future with a new generation of motion-controlled flailing, and Mike Tyson himself even tried to recapture some of the magic with his own terrible boxing game. Despite the best efforts from some of the world's most talented developers, there hasn't been a game that has even come close to matching the success and ubiquity of Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. As for myself, I never got the chance to play Punch-Out while Tyson was still king, but for those who did, it meant an opportunity to go one-on-one with a real-life boss. Tyson may have been an unstoppable force in the ring, but Punch-Out allowed the ordinary person to live out a fantasy. They could lay claim to an impossible feat and show the world that yes, the mighty can fall, and the Little Macs of the world could be the ones to bring them down. Hey everyone, I hope you had fun watching this video. I know I had a blast making it and researching all these crazy Mike Tyson facts, but what do you guys think of him? Did you ever knock him out yourselves in the game? I'd love to hear some stories in the comments if you got any, and also if you enjoyed watching this video, consider leaving a like or even subscribing to our channel. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.